Welcome back to the State and Local Sports Show. I'm here with Mark Tennis, co-founder and editor of CalHighSports.com. And those schools can still do signing days. Yesterday was the major national signing day. The first day senior football players can officially sign with their college of choice. It is a day of balloons. It is a day of makeshift tables, free cookies, and endless photos with the families.
Yes.
It is a joyous occasion for them, though. And for some kids, it determines the next 4 years of their life, gives them some validity for all the hours they've put in. It is certainly an event, though, that has evolved, or some people would say devolved, but in many cases evolved over the years. You've been covering high school sports for quite a while. How have you seen this event change in the past 5 years, 10 years, 20 years?
Well, me personally, it's actually gotten less because I'm not as much of a recruiting guy as I used to. But in the days when Cal High Sports was part of the Rivals.com network, it was amazing because at Rivals.com they would have humongous traffic from any other day. It was like 100% more than any other day of the year on signing day. Just incredible interest in their product and where the kids are going. It's like the casual fans show up on these recruiting sites on one day only. But the coverage of signing day has gone through the roof in recent years. There were 14 hours of coverage on ESPNU and ESPN yesterday. And again, the funny thing is there really isn't that many kids that were unknown where they were going to go. Of our top of the 30 kids that were on the All-State first team this year, the main three or four were, two of them were at De La Salle. Devin Asiasi and Boss Tagaloa, and Devin picked Michigan and Boss Tagaloa picked UCLA. An interesting thing about Asiasi's decision is he picked Michigan right after the number one guy in the country, who was the big story of the day, picked Michigan, a kid, Rashawn Gary from the Midwest. So it was a huge, 15, 20 minutes for Jim Harbaugh there to get a couple of really big guys right at almost the same time.
Cause for buying more khakis in celebration.
There you go. And then Boss Tagaloa picked UCLA right about the same time Meek Juarez did from north of Torrance, who was probably the top unsigned guy or uncommitted guy in Southern California, and that was all within about a half an hour of each other. So that was pretty exciting. But other than that, it was just a lot of recap and that type of coverage throughout the day. But that 1/2 hour was pretty cool.
Looking to the future of signing days, we have some very potentially high-profile athletes from this area. You look at St. Mary's, we have Popo Amave, a two-way lineman in football. I'm guessing he'll probably be recruited mostly as an offensive lineman. He's already got 6 offers, including Oregon. I've seen him wearing Oregon socks around, so I'd say they're an early front runner. You have Akira DaCosta, who is the number 1 ranked girls basketball player for the class of 2018. I think she will likely have her choice of colleges. When you look at those two, what do you expect maybe from the future, and what could roll in for Amave here as he kind of bides his time and waits to make a verbal and then an ink commitment?
Yeah, I think he'll still have the spring and the Nike camp season and all those kind of events to go to, college camps where his stock may go up or may go down a little bit. But he's obviously going to be a big time guy, and I think St. Mary's could have another few D1 kids off their team from next year. There's another big kid, I can't remember his name, the other big kid on their team who's very good.
Cole Norgard.
Norgard, there you go. Very good, very impressive player. Definitely has a size to be a D1 player in college. So, I mean, that's always fun. And just the whole thing. And signing day is become also big for parents. The parents put in so much for the kids, and they get to come, and the attention is as much on the parents as it is on a lot of the kids, and I think that's a good thing. So probably the best thing about all the huge interest in signing day is it does put the spotlight a lot on the parents as much as the kid.
They've been spending thousands of dollars in gas money going up and down the state for AAU tournaments and whatnot, so they deserve their day too, for sure.
No doubt.
Super Bowl 50 Sunday, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, Carolina Panthers, Denver Broncos. Neither a California team, but there are some major California ties in this game. And in Cal High Sports research, what have you found about California high schools and their relation to these two Super Bowl teams?
We haven't actually finished the entire list yet, but the Broncos have probably more guys from California than the Panthers and more storylines. They have T.J. Ward, the defensive back, who is from De La Salle, and they have both of the running backs, Ronnie Hillman from La Habra High School in Southern California, and C.J. Anderson, who's from Bethel High School in Vallejo. And so there's a good chance those two guys could score some touchdowns and make some plays. Then there's a tight end for the Broncos, Virgil Green, who's from Tulare and also the University of Nevada. So I mean, there are some little bit more for the Broncos. My favorite guy from the Panthers is actually the head coach, Ron Rivera, from Seaside in Northern California, and trying to become one of the very few players, or very few people who have won a Super Bowl as a player and as a coach. Tom Flores was the first one, of course, from the University of the Pacific, and then Ron Rivera would be the third one. The other one was Mike Ditka, so win as a player and a coach. So I think that's my favorite storyline for the Panthers involving California.
As Super Bowl 50, they've kind of called it the golden game. They're giving out, the NFL is giving out a golden football to anyone who's ever participated in the Super Bowl, which that's got to be at least 4,000 gold footballs. So obviously the NFL is doing okay financially. You pointed out, I think this is very cool, the 1995 Dallas Cowboys, who won Super Bowl 30 in January of 96, had 3 area guys. If you could point those guys out, and just kind of how crazy that would be to have 3 area guys on local guys on one Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's never any team in any Super Bowl that had more than one player from San Joaquin County, and I say one from San Joaquin County, meaning a player who went to high school in the area. Now, one of the players on the 95, 96 Cowboys went to high school in Stockton area 2 years, but didn't graduate. That'd be Larry Allen, the all-time great offensive guard from the Cowboys, who went 1 year to Edison his sophomore year, and then he went to Tokay his junior year before he moved again to Vintage of Napa. Now, in addition to Larry Allen, the Cowboys of 96, that won the 96 Super Bowl over the Pittsburgh Steelers, they had Shante Carver from Lincoln, and they also had Derek Kennard from Edison. So that's 3 guys on one team, and they won the game too. So if there's one team all time in these 50 years of Super Bowls that has the best from this local standpoint, I say it's the 96 Cowboys.
We are coming to the end of basketball's league season here. The Sac Joaquin section playoff brackets are about 2 weeks away from being released. Some history could be coming in South Stockton. Edison can clinch boys and girls shares at least of league titles this week. I was talking to Richie Lynch, the athletic director. He believes their girls have never won a league title. That's huge for them. And so keep an eye on that. That's wrapping up. We'll have plenty of coverage here at The Record, as will Cal High Sports, for a statewide view. And Mark, as always, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. CalHighSports.com, their Gold Club membership, all your state rankings, records, all the insider content, less than $2 a month, less than $20 a year. And once again, thanks for joining us.
Thank you again, Thomas. Take care.